On the one hand, manufacture arises from the combination of various independent trades, which lose that independence and become specialized to such an extent that they are merely reduced to supplementary and partial operations in the production of one particular commodity. On the other hand, it arises from the cooperation of craftsmen in one particular handicraft. But whatever may have been its particular starting point, its final form is always the same, a productive mechanism whose organs are human beings. Oh, hi there. I didn't see you. My name is Karl Marx.
Why am I looking so pensive, you ask? Well, let me tell you about the Hague Conference of 1872. You see, new machinery, began to increase the productivity of labor, making the proletariat mere slaves to the machine. The capitalist could extract so much surplus labor that by a point, the machinery became the laborers, and the laborers were the oppressed. See, their associations allowed them to have a voice as a community against the capitalist. See, I began to write down my thoughts. Eventually, I wrote the Communist Manifesto with my great friend, Friedrich Engels. Me and him both discussed the injustices of class, and we came to the conclusion that we must abolish classes. Specifically, we must abolish them through the proletariat revolution. The proletarians of Paris have understood that it's their imperious duty and their absolute right to render themselves masters of their own destinies by seizing upon the governmental powers. But the working class cannot simply lay hold of the ready-made state machinery and wield it for its own purposes.
Posters, such as this one, were advertised in cities, donned with the phrase, "Proletarians of the world unite." This phrase was used by Marx in the Communist Manifesto and essentially called for the unification of working class citizens to overthrow capitalism and destroy social class distinctions. This poster, "Proletarians of the World Unite," depicts working people from various countries and parts of the world all holding hands in harmony around the globe. This depicts socialism in a communal, collaborative light where every working class citizen, no matter their nationality, has a common goal or equality. The audience for this poster was the industrial workers who had joined socialist parties to improve their working and living conditions.
See, it was all working so well. Me, as a Marxist, I thought I had everything. But then, I met my rival, the anarchist, Mikhail Bakunin.
He believed that small groups of well-trained, fanatical revolutionaries could perpetrate so much violence that the state and all its institutions would disintegrate.
As you may remember, I wrote in the Communist Manifesto, a political pamphlet from 1848. Exploitation, veiled by religious and political illusions, has substituted naked, shameless, brutal exploitation. And now, in modern society, there exists a social and political contract which guarantees the economic and political sway of the bourgeois class. This is our struggle. We have seen what the bourgeois has done. Now, given this new political form of exploitation, we must gather and have a proletariat revolution. And then, what we must do then is we must instate a proletariat dictatorship.
No, Herr Marx. No dictatorship can have any other objective than to perpetuate itself, and it can engender and nurture only slavery in the people who endure it. Liberty can be created only by liberty, by an insurrection of all the people in voluntary organization, of the workers from below upward.
What are you saying? What do you mean by this, Mr. Anarchy?
The dictatorship of the proletariat cannot work. It is a bad thing.
So you're saying that there can't be any sort of dictatorship afterwards because all state establishments are just bad? Well, I disagree. Congress, people here, can we get this guy out of here? Man, my belief, the Marxist belief that there should be a proletariat revolution and dictatorship, compared with his belief in anarchism, made so much conflict. It influenced the turbulent nature of this Congress. The worker must one day capture political power in order to found a new organization of labor. He must reverse the old policy, which the old institutions maintain. If he will not, like the Christians of old who despised and neglected such things, renounce the things of this world, we do not assert that the way to reach this goal is the same everywhere. We know that the institutions, the manners, and the customs of various countries may be considered, and we do not deny that there are countries like England and America, and if I understood your arrangement letter better, I might even add Holland, where the worker may attain his object by peaceful means. But not in all countries is this the case.
Despite Marx and Bakunin's commitment to revolutionary leftist ideology, the Hague Conference of 1872 sounded the death knell for any potential collaboration between communist and anarchist, dividing the working class.
This division caused the split of the First International. Marx then moved the International's headquarters to New York City, where it remained until it was disbanded in 1876. However, as German Chancellor Otto von Bismarck once said following the split of the First International, crowned heads, wealth, and privilege may well tremble should ever again the black and red unite.
You see, life is a roller coaster, but sometimes you get hit by a bird.